Hi everybody, I'm Sailor Solitaire. Welcome to my channel. I am super excited to welcome you to your July 2017 tarot reading. I am delighted and excited to have you here. For my regular subscribers, my regular viewers, thank you so much. I love hearing from you. I love your comments. I love the interaction that we're having. I think we're becoming friends. For those of you who have not subscribed, please do so before you go if you like my reading. Let's get right to it. Alright, Libras. Okay, and right off the bat we do have this Lover's card in the reverse position, kind of just appearing as I'm shuffling. And of course I do want to mention this card, even though I will be doing a separate spread with 4 cards that I will draw. So the Lover's card in reverse is a major arcana card, and this to me is signifying, well, quite the obvious, an unhealthy relationship. Or, you know, this doesn't have to be romantic relationships, but this could be just any partnership. So anything with 2 people. This could even be like a sibling relationship, although mostly it's a romantic involvement of some sort. And I mean, the Lover's card is in the upright position like a soulmate connection, a soulmate card. And when this is showing up reverse, this is indicating something that could resemble a soulmate connection. You know, this relationship may be really passionate and there could be a strong attraction towards this person, but it may just, I mean, I don't want to say it's like just infatuation, because I feel like it's more evolved than that. But at the same time, I don't think it's as romantic and whimsical and special as you guys are kind of making it out to seem, making it out to be. I do feel like at this point there is a lot of imbalance between you two, and there's almost like a cloudiness in your judgment, and whether or not you guys are, you know, with your partner and you know that, you know, this is a soulmate connection or not, there is some need for balance and restructuring your relationship. There's definitely something that isn't flowing quite nicely, and there's maybe a breakdown in communication. Maybe, you know, there's a sense of disillusionment, and for some of you, you're kind of waking up to the fact that, you know, it's not everything in the relationship is as perfect as you have been kind of fooling yourself. But mostly this can be mitigated. This can be, you know, dealt with. You can, I feel like for some of you, not all of you Libras, for some of you Libras, you have to just acknowledge that, you know, this person is not the one, or, you know, in a business sense, and just realize that, you know, maybe it started out as something that you both wanted to do, you both were on board, but now going further into it, you realize that your creative vision or, you know, your values, maybe they just don't match up, and it's not looking like it's going to be working out for you. And then you have to, you know, make that decision to carry on, to move on, and to maybe just, I guess, quit while you're ahead, or take that loss and then move forward in a separate direction. But on a romantic note, you know, if you are working at your relationship and you don't feel like it's something that you need to give up, then you can definitely, I feel like, turn this around. But you will have to create a much more open environment or open dynamic that you need to, because there's definitely some unhealthy habits. Maybe you guys have been kind of just letting things slide, and you've been a bit lazy with the maintenance of your relationship, which you need to, make sure that you're putting in that work and focusing on that. So maybe, you're letting other things in your life kind of take precedent or take, top priority in your life, but you need to probably just you have to remember that it's okay to be a little bit selfish and work on your relationship. That's not really being selfish. Your bond with yourself is just as important as your bond, with, let's say this is like, your spouse, and you're kind of neglecting them in order to cater or in order to attend to, your child's needs or a family member's needs. Which is obviously, necessary, it's needed, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're listening to your heart and attending to the needs of people closest to you as well. All right, so now let's just get straight into the reading. Okay, so the first card, which is giving a general indication of your month ahead, Libras, we have Judgment in reverse. So I do feel like this card, I do remember it coming up, I think, in June. So just this past month, and Judgment is normally associated with Libras, with your sign. So there's something going on with you guys, something that kind of hits close to home, definitely. And there's just some sort of lesson that you guys are having a hard time learning, or there's something that you're just being a bit stubborn about, or reluctant to accept, reluctant to see with honest eyes. So in the reverse, Judgment is, this could indicate, an injustice being done, or that you are experiencing or witnessing. Probably, I feel like this is an injustice with you directly. Maybe there's somebody in your life who is, not really appreciating you, or somebody who is kind of always overlooking you. They're not really giving you credit for all that you do, or all that you are, all that you know. And so I do feel like you are going to be in kind of a frustrating situation. This may have to do with that Lover's card in reverse. So maybe, again, a partnership of some sort is just not working out, and you're getting, maybe you're getting played or strung along, or something along those lines. And it's just not fair for you. It's not fair. It's not fair for, the situation at large. There's definitely some things that need to get resolved. And I feel like right now you're just kind of waiting for things to pass. Although I do feel like, you may need to be more vocal about how you're feeling, and kind of put your needs out there and kind of just lay it all down. There's nothing wrong with, just speaking the truth. And I feel like with this Judgment card in reverse, you Libras normally, can express yourselves, and you want to maintain that balance, and make sure that everything is, everything, the balance of things are in order, and no one's, you know, abusing their power, and no one's kind of getting overlooked. But when this card is reversed, to me, it's saying that you kind of feel a bit reluctant to speak. You guys maybe are feeling a bit powerless, and you're not really getting the truth out there, which you guys normally do. So there's something preventing you from doing so. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say about that. And the next card is what you should take note of. So maybe this is something that you're missing, or that you're not aware of that you should be. So we have the Empress. Okay, so another major arcana card. And funny enough, this Empress card, this normally does have to do with more of an earth sign, Virgo or Taurus. But, you know, the Empress to me gives off a very, you know, Venus-like quality, and Venus does rule over Libras. So I feel like definitely, you know, for males or female, there's sort of that softer kind of quality about you guys. Maybe that's adding to, you know, your reluctance to speak out. You're kind of more passive lately. And with this Empress card, as something you need to know, I feel like you need to remember your, you know, your power or your authority and your value in whatever partnership that may have been referring to, or just in your environment, maybe in your home environment or at work. But I feel like definitely with this Empress card, it's probably talking about your home life. So, you know, in your family or just literally at home, you need to just reconnect with your, I guess, sovereignty. So I feel like for some of you, especially with the Lovers in reverse, you guys are kind of just staying quiet and sticking to your role, and not really trying to make waves, not really trying to speak out against anything that you're uncomfortable with for whatever reason. And you're finding it hard to rebalance the dynamic that's going on, and maybe you're feeling like you need to just let that other person, you know, get everything out of their system, and you're just waiting and waiting. But I feel like you need to make that move. You need to take that initiative to set everything back in balance, because in this position, this is reminding you that you know, you have that duty as well to maintain your relationship, and to make sure that you're not just letting things slide, not just letting things go, even though you may not be the, you know, aggressor or the one who's causing the problems per se. If you are just letting, you know, just turning a blind eye towards these things, well, you're just as responsible. I do feel like at least then, you know, you're sort of making that decision that you don't care about that relationship or that partnership. And I guess you just have to be willing to face the consequences. And I guess this is just saying to pay attention to what you're doing and make sure that, you know, you're not just not acting out of laziness or out of frustration or pride or anything egotistical, or out of fear or intimidation. So let's see what your general advice is. No milkshake. No. So let's see what your general advice is for this month. And we have this Knight of Wands. Okay. So, fire card here, fire energy. This is normally associated with Sagittarius. Although this could be anyone with fire elements in their charts, male or female, or this could be representing you, Libras. And very interesting here, we have the Empress kind of looking back at this Knight of Wands. So maybe you're daydreaming, fantasizing, maybe you have a crush on somebody who is not your partner, or, you know, because of the sort of the nature of your relationship, which may be on the rocks for some of you Libras. You know, you're looking towards other people, and you're kind of wanting or imagining a life outside of your current situation, and you're kind of daydreaming, kind of, you know, maybe fantasizing a little bit about, you know, someone who you kind of put on a pedestal. I feel like this is someone that you don't really know that well, but you're kind of attributing a lot of good qualities to this person, who is, you know, probably very charismatic, has a very good, like, public image, public persona. This could even be just you fantasizing about, like, a celebrity or something. But I do feel like this person is very, like, gregarious, very showy, and so you're kind of just getting lost in your thoughts about this person because of the nature, because of your discontentment with your current relationship. Now, with this Knight of Wands and this Empress card showing up, I did recently learn that could mean that a shopping spree is on your way. With this these cards in the spread, shopping spree may be on your way. So maybe again, out of your need to kind of take your mind off of what's going on at home, you may be splurging a little bit. So watch out for that. And maybe, you know, you're with this Judgment card in reverse with this Knight of Wands, maybe a big, you know, decision that is going to be affecting you, a big decision that's out of your control is going to be kind of decided very soon. And that's why that may be the reason for all this stress, all this frustration. And so it's kind of a waiting game for you. So let's see what the outcome card is. The Six of Swords. Okay, this is a good sign. Swords is air energy. And of course, Libras, you guys are air signs, so this is good. I feel like you guys are kind of reconnecting or realigning yourself with your purpose and with your true nature. The Six of Swords is a card of, you know, moving forward, of kind of leaving the past where it is, leaving the past behind and looking to the future. We have the clouds opening up here. The skies are gray, but we have the light shining through, and it's shining right on you. And you have these swords in your hand, but you're slowly letting them go. You're like putting the fight down a little bit. You're not, you know, backing down or giving up, but you're just sort of, you know, choosing to not be so hostile or so, you know, argumentative perhaps, or you know, you're just willing to cooperate now. You're willing to level with, you know, another person. You're willing to be the bigger person, and you're making positive changes. You're moving forward instead of holding on and trying to, you know, prove your point, trying to prove yourself right. So I feel like, you know, this could have to do with this Judgment card. You know, there's an injustice that's been done to you, but instead of holding on and holding a grudge, and, you know, just holding on to that anger, you're releasing it and you're moving forward. So, you know, even I feel like this could be with this Judgment in reverse and this Knight of Wands and all these cards. I feel like there may be that some of you may have been, you know, battling out something in court, or maybe not officially in court, but you've been battling with somebody about rights, or about maybe not custody, but, you know, just about the legal issues of something, and I feel like that's really been affecting you, really been heavy on your mind. But with the Six of Swords, I feel like that will be resolved. And if you are waiting for some sort of decision, some sort of news, I feel like this will be you know, advantageous for you. I feel like it will turn out in your favor, and I feel like whatever you've been stressing about, whatever you've been worried about, that will be released, and it's almost like, you know, with this card, a weight is lifted off your shoulders and you can breathe easy again. And hopefully this will make your relationship, your partnership, whatever, it'll make it run a lot more smoothly. If not, if it's sort of, you know, a sinking ship, then you will at least come out, I guess, victorious, but you will come out, you know, stronger than ever. You're not really going to be too fazed by it. You're not going to, you know, linger on to that loss or that disappointment. You're going to, you know, move forward, and you're going to just move on to the next. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this reading and these messages were helpful for you and that you found some value, some insight in this reading. If you're still unsure about what to expect this month, or if you're looking for some more guidance, then I recommend you watch your other readings from your other signs as well. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any sign that you identify with. And if you're not sure what your other signs are or how to find that out, then I did make a video on how you can find that out for yourself. So I will link it in the description box below, and I'll also provide a link to the video that you can click at the end of this video. So just wait till the very end, which should be coming up really soon. Thank you so much. Until then, I am wishing you so much love, peace, joy, strength, happiness, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you.